Hey, Scooparini.
Hey, Scoop.
I. Oh my god. Okay, wait. Your headset is so cute. Oh my god, I kind of want one now.
It glows. It lights up. Let me turn off the light so you can see it.
Okay.
And it sounds good.
It sounds great.
I don't know if you... Let me dim that. Oh, wait.
Oh my gosh.
I think it's like a gamer headset, and I think that whenever they play games, it vibrates against your head too.
How much was that?
It was like $20.
From Amazon?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe we should just get headsets now. That's kind of cute.
I like it. I'm feeling very Lizzie McGuire-y.
It's Lizzie McGuire colors. It's pink and blue.
Yeah.
However, I was really expecting like I was that was a dog, by the way, not a
I'm so
bodily function.
It was.
But I was expecting like Miss Ungermeyer, like a black
Like a black
headset.
headset. Well, I was gonna get one, but then it looked really bad. And I was like, we're just gonna try the pink with the glow.
Okay, I might get one. That's really cute.
And it sounds good.
It sounds phenomenal.
I'm hands free.
Your hands free. You can move around if you want.
I can't. It's Bluetooth.
No wires.
No wires.
Oh my God.
I know.
This bitch is mobile.
I can move anywhere. But
That's
yeah,
awesome.
they have different colors too.
It's really giving like early 2000s,
I feel like a pop star.
like a pop star. Oh,
Yeah,
wow. Nice.
I know.
It only took us 21 episodes for us to get our audio under control.
Yeah, sorry. Thanks for sticking with us.
Well, how are you, Scooperini?
I'm good. Just hanging with the babies. Just woke up a little bit ago and then got ready for this. And then I'm going to dinner with Morgan and Sandy and Kai.
Oh, I keep forgetting you don't work today again. I thought you worked today.
No,
You worked
I
last
did.
night?
I did my 5, yeah.
And now you have a day off or 4 days off?
3 days. I have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday off.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, so 3. It was nice. I looked at my hours that I did over the last 2 weeks, 109 hours. And
After,
60 of them were last week. Were like this week I just finished.
ew.
And yeah.
I mean, congrats. That's quite an accomplishment.
I was like, is 109 hours in 2 weeks a lot?
Well, it'd be 80 hours to be if you did like a normal 40-hour work week.
I guess that's true.
So you did a lot more than the normal a lot more than me.
Not more than you.
A lot more than me. I'm gonna start adding my commute time to my
You should.
I should, and then I can say I've been working an extra two, 10 hours a week.
10 hours.
Nice.
But yeah, it was oh, there we go. I can see both of us. Um, and I called Morgan earlier and he was like, we didn't know if you were gonna wake up at 6 o'clock or like 2 o'clock. Like we just didn't know if you were gonna come over tonight and we were gonna do dinner. And I was like, yeah, I was like, what time do you want to do it? And he was like, I don't know. He was like, what about I was like 6:30. He goes like 6 and I go 6:30. And I was like, okay, 6:30. And he goes, okay, so do you want to just come over here first and then we'll just ride together to the restaurant? And I was like, yeah, it's fine. I was like, okay, so I'll see you at 6. He goes, see you at 5:30.
Oh my God. So where are you guys going?
Margaritas. Margaritas. Yeah.
Margaritas. I'm surprised you're not going to Jess and Jen's, Morgan's favorite place.
I know. I'm so happy we're not.
He loves Jess and Jen's. For those of you that don't know, our brother lives in Kansas City with Connor, and any chance he gets, like anytime there's family in town, he will say, "Oh, I know this great place to take everyone to dinner." And it's this like old school like steakhouse, but like the floor is carpet. And for appetizers, they serve pickled beets, and he loves it.
It's so gross.
It's just like
It's not gross. It's a good restaurant. I wouldn't choose it.
No, the beets kind of throw me off. And I actually like beet juice, but the pickled beets and the texture of them is strange. But they stayed true to like either pre-prohibition or prohibition style appetizers. Like that was the
Oh,
one
is
thing
that
that,
what they did?
yeah, that's like the thing that lasted, the one to keep true to the restaurant. And so everything else has changed, but they still have the pickled beets on the menu because that was part of their either their starter course or their appetizers or whatever.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's not like they love pickled beets over there. It's just tradition.
I wasn't sure like what the deal was with that. I didn't know that that was the backstory.
I I want to say that's accurate. Now I'm second guessing myself and I feel like I just pulled that out of my ass. Like, hold on. Jess and Jens. Also, when I was speaking to you, I saw an orb.
I can't. I literally can't with this week. Mac and I have had so many things happen to us simultaneously, and like we've had weird dreams all week that have been somehow connected. And last night I was at the computer at work and I was about to go into this patient's room and I thought the nurse was in there because I literally saw someone walk and I heard her voice in the room. And then I walked in and I couldn't see anyone. So I thought she was in the bathroom of the patient's room. So I went and I like peeked in the bathroom. Nobody was in there. And
Ew.
I looked at the patient. I go, huh, I thought she was in here. I guess not.
No, things are getting weird. It's either Monday or Tuesday last week, and I was in bed and I was in that like I was asleep, but I woke up because I heard people talking in my living room, and it was Connor and I talking. Like it was like our cadence, our voices, our laughing, and it was in the living room. And I go, "Oh, that's fucking weird. This has to be a dream. It's weird." But I was fully awake when I opened my eyes. It stopped, and then I think I started like saying my Our Fathers because I got so spooked. And then the net or I went to sleep and then my dream was this horrific dream about Connor
I
and
can't listen to this again.
I just was like everyone was pretty much telling me to get over it and I was like what am I supposed to do without my best friend? What am I supposed to do without her? What do I do? And then we were all carpooling somewhere. So Connor was there, but wasn't. Like I knew she was there, but no one else really did. And when we were going to go to the cars to carpool somewhere, everyone else got in one car and Connor got in another by herself, but I couldn't get in her car. And I was like, well, why can't I just go with you? And you were like, you can't come with me right now. I was like, well, I want to ride with you. Like, I want to go. And I don't know how the dream ended, but it just felt so like I felt so hopeless when I woke up. But obviously, you're texting me all throughout the night because I'm pretty sure you were working that night, or maybe not because I called you the next day. I don't know, but I knew you were fine. But I woke up and I was like on my back. I woke up and there was so much water on my eyelids from my tears. And I just was so heartbroken. And then I was like, oh my God, I'll never get over this. Like, can you hear a teeny meowing?
I can.
Hold on. Get my heating pad out of the way.
Get out of here. Did she leave? Well, guys, just you and me hanging. Hope everyone's having a great week. Weekend, I guess. It's end of the week, isn't it? Yeah. All right, she's back.
Wait. Hold on. Oh my God, if I had a headset, I could already be
I was
talking.
literally about to say that.
Okay, what were you talking about? Who were you talking to?
Are for people.
Our peeps. Sorry, my cat is very non-cat-like, and he loves his mom, and he can't stand to be away from her, and he just was yelling outside the door. But
I
I'm
know the
back.
feeling.
Yeah. Second child is wild.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm breathing so heavily. Um,
But yeah, that was Mac's dream, and it was very upsetting.
it was awful. And then Connor, I didn't even tell her about the dream. I just told her about me hearing people talking in my living room, and then she told me that you had an experience or something that same time.
I did.
Your dream.
My dream.
Yeah.
I really don't even like talking about it because I don't want it to happen again. But okay, it was the same night.
Okay, here we go.
I mean, we're already ahead of it. We gotta tell him. It was the same night as Mac's dream, and I remember I woke up and I was like, "That was a really weird dream. Like, what was that?" And so, okay, so I'm in the dream. I'm in this apartment, but it's my apartment, and it's like a two-story type duplex thing. So there's someone below me, and then there's stairs going up the outside so that you can get in onto the deck, and like that's kind of one way to enter it. There's two entrances, but that was like the main one. And in the dream, I remember I had gotten off of work. I was like working nights still in the dream, and um, I got off work and I slept a little bit of the day, and then all of a sudden I start hearing like this like screaming and fighting downstairs. Like it was a big group of people, and all these guys were yelling at each other and like fighting. And I think did I hear gunshots or no? It was just like
I can't remember. I know you heard a lot of fighting, a lot of
lots
commotion.
lots of fighting, lots of commotion. I was like, oh shit. Like I hope like ooh, this is kind of dicey. And
Yeah.
so I'm like there, I'm hearing the fighting and it's not good. And then all of a sudden it just a party just starts raging. Like a big just like bumping party and like everyone's going crazy downstairs. It's like what a weird turn of events. It's like that's
Yeah.
so strange. And then I'm like, well, I'm really happy that that wasn't going on while I was sleeping just now, trying to sleep.
At least I got some
At
Z's.
least I got some snoozies. And so I am like kind of putting around the apartment and then onto the deck from the stairs up to get into the apartment. It's like French doors. And I hear knocking on the door, and so I go open it. I'm like I wasn't expecting anyone. And it's like these four, I don't want to say kids because they're not kids, like maybe teenagers, maybe like early 20s. They're like, "Hey, can we come in?" And I go, "I don't know you." No, no, you can't come in. And like, well, no, it's fine. You can just let us in. It'll be okay. And I was like, no, I don't want to let you in. I was like, I'm sorry. I have somewhere to be right now. Like I'm getting ready to leave. And they go, just let us in. And I was like, no.
Ew.
And so I have chills all over my body. And so I shut the door and I have my hair tie and I like for some reason I lock the door, but like also they're like jiggling the door handles. So like the French door handles are jiggling because they're trying to get in. And so I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And so I put a hair tie around it and I lock it. I was like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here right now. And I wake up and I was like, that was a really weird dream. And then I'm telling it to Mac, and all of a sudden I'm like, I didn't put two and two together. I don't know if it was. Mac goes, oh my God, did I let them in? And I was like, holy
Yeah.
shit. Was it like black-eyed kids were trying to get in to me, like into
Yeah.
the dream? And I like wouldn't let them in because I don't know if half of you listening aren't going to know what black-eyed kids are, but basically
I'm
they're
gonna look up a definition. Keep talking though.
it you don't let them in. Like it's just it happens in real life. People talk about it all the time. And if you're on like that side of like lore and like ghosties, like you know. But like I've
Okay.
never had something like this happen to me. And Mac, yeah.
So black-eyed kids, or people might call them like BEKs. This gonna turn into a paranormal podcast. Um, but it's an urban legend or modern folklore about young children with completely black eyes who are said to roam the streets, particularly at night, and ask strangers to help or enter into their homes. They're often described as appearing normal, except for their entirely black eyes, and their presence is associated with feelings of unease and dread. Some accounts suggest they may be malevolent, seeking harm or manipulate those they encounter, seeking to harm or manipulate those they encounter. And so people see these in their waking lives. Like there's been stories of people like they're home alone, they hear their doorbell ring, and there's just these two random kids saying, "Can I come in?" And then they're like, "Well, I don't know. Can I use your phone? I need to come in." And people feel super uneasy to let them in, but then they're kids, so they kind of manipulate you in a way to think that you should let them in, help the kids. But then once you do, spooky things start happening, like bad luck or like harm comes to you, whatever, just like the normal like spooky haunting stories. Um, but so Connor's dream about somebody wanting to get in happened after I heard people laughing in my living room that were mimicking Connor and I. Did you see an orb?
No, but then you have to tell about the walking.
The walking.
The walking.
Oh, I completely forgot about that.
I didn't.
So
I
yeah,
didn't because
so I'm hearing laughing. And it sounds like Connor and I laughing on the podcast, like truly. And so at one point, I'm like, oh my God, is Chad next to me, like listening to our podcast? Like, what a weirdo. Why is he listening? He's right next to me. Or maybe he's going through TikTok and he's seeing one of our reels. You should follow us on TikTok if you aren't already. But so I'm facing away from the door and away from Chad, and our backs are to each other. So I kind of lean over and like peer over my shoulder. He's completely out. No one's awake. And then I hear walking into our bedroom. And I think it's Archie because sometimes he comes in the room and has to tell his mom he has to go to the bathroom. So I look over. Nope. Archie's completely on the couch by himself. Teeny is where he always is, which is in between Chad and I. No one is walking, but I can hear it like that sound on carpet, like somebody's walking. And I have a sound, like I have a Hatch alarm clock, and it's always on like brown noise, but if someone walks in front of it, the sound gets warped. And so when like Teeny will walk in front of it, I know he's up and around, and it bugs the shit out of me because it just ruins my sleep. It sounded like the sound got warped, like somebody was, and it's directly in the center of our bed. And so it sounded like someone was just like right in the middle, just like standing. And then whenever I like really started getting up and looking around, it stopped.
Okay,
How
so
weird is that?
so that was that night for her. That was all the same night. Our dreams, the laughing, that weird shit, the walking.
All
Okay.
around the same time too, like within like hours of each other, if not the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because yes. Yeah, all within the same time. So fast forward to Friday night. I have Friday night off. I've been working all week. I haven't had any weird shit, no weird dreams happen all week since then. That was what, Monday night?
That was Monday.
Monday?
Well, Sunday night, Monday morning, yeah.
Yes. Okay. So fast forward to Friday night, and I have the night off. It's just a one off. So on my one off nights, because I'd worked all week, and then I had Friday night off, I worked Saturday. On the nights that I have off, when it's just a one night, I like to sleep on the couch. Like I fall asleep on the couch for most of it. And because that way I'm like, I'm not sleeping so soundly that I can't fall asleep during the day. Anyways, I fell asleep on the couch around like 2 o'clock in the morning, and it's like 5 o'clock, and I know it's five because I woke up because I was like starting to like wake up a little bit because that's pretty normal for me. And I checked my phone because I was like, I want to see what time it is. It was 5 o'clock. And so I'm just kind of just in a daze, sleepy, whatever. And then all of a sudden, so my house is old and I have wood floors. Okay. So I hear someone take two big steps. Not like I can't hear like it's not like stomping. I can hear the wood creak beneath the two steps.
Like there's a
And
lot of weight.
like there's a lot of weight. It's loud, and I know exactly where it's at. It's right in front of my mirror, right in the entryway. I know exactly.
Ew.
You know the spot. It's like you sit there, you step there, and it creaks really loud. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, one of the dogs must be up. Like, usually the only one that can make that big of a sound is Bruce. Bruce is asleep on the couch with me. And I'm like, oh, no, it must be the girl. And I look around and Nellie is in her bed by the window. And then as I'm like looking at the dogs, it's kind of still creaking. And I was like, oh no. I turn around, the creaking stops. It
Ew.
stops. And I was like, what was that? Who was that? I've never heard anything like that. I've lived in this house for 2.5 years. Haven't heard anything like that. Haven't had any weird dreams like that until this week. There is something going on.
Something's weird. And it usually happens when I come to visit Connor and like I'll bring weird energy to Connor's house and then like things will happen. Or like you'll come visit me and you'll leave somebody or whatever. We haven't seen each other in a while and we haven't even talked about ghost season. That's pretty like rare for us. We usually do all the time, whether we're watching like Zach Bagans on Ghost Adventures or we'll send each other like creepy like I don't know, like videos that people see.
Okay, wait. And so the night that you had the dream about me dying, I had made a TikTok and saved it to my drafts to our TikTok account of like it was us talking on one of the like a previous podcast episode where we were like, wow, this
Oh,
got really morbid. Like if something happened, like I just don't think I could go on. And I had saved it, but I didn't post it and I didn't tell you about it. And
no.
then you had that dream.
That you
And
had
it's
died.
yes.
It's weird. So the past week has been a little spooky.
There's something going on in the astral side, I think.
There's something weird, but I know for a fact I did not let those people in. Like I never had like a dream of someone trying to get into the apartment, or I don't have a doormat that says like welcome. You're never
Mhm.
supposed to have those. It's just it has nothing on it. It's just like a blank doormat. Nothing on my front door saying knock knock or come on in or whatever. I have nothing. So nothing should be in here. And we've got Bibles in here, we have Bible study objects in here, like books or papers, or like I have my cross necklace on all the time. So I don't know what it would be other than just visitors, maybe. Like I don't feel like there are moments where I feel so scared. I have in the past in our uh Walnut house in
Yeah.
Westport, Kansas City. I can tell you I slept in that bedroom, my own bedroom. I can probably maybe 30 days out of the 3 years that we lived there.
Yeah.
Truly. And I
Yeah,
was
she slept
never
with me every night.
and I was never alone. Like if I was sleeping in there, I had probably either a friend with me or I should have Archie at that point. Or not Archie, yeah. Or maybe Nellie was in there with me because you were working or you were out late. Like I was never in that bedroom because it freaked me out so bad.
Hmm.
I don't feel scared. I'm just like, I don't know what is happening. But I do want to say that the mimicking, which makes me cautious, is weird because when we lived in that Walnut
That just happened.
house,
Yeah.
it's happened before where that Walnut house, it's a huge, huge house where Connor, our brother, and various roommates lived with us. But we all three lived together there for 3 years, always together. Morgan was on the very top floor. Connor and I were on the second floor. The third floor, the ground floor was like kitchen, living room, front door, everything. Then there was a basement. Basement was fucking creepy. We never went down there. I don't know how we got laundry done. Like truly, like
I don't know. I think about that sometimes. I'm like, I don't even know how we did laundry because we never like if you went down there, you tucked and you rolled and you booked it.
you got out of there. I don't remember. I really don't remember doing laundry that often, which I know we had to have because we worked so often and like we were gross in our work clothes, but it, whatever. Okay. So Connor and I worked at the same bar and we would sometimes have the same shifts, which was amazing. We loved our time together. But
Obvious.
sometimes our manager wouldn't schedule us together. So we had opposite schedules. And so Connor would be going in at like at 10 a.m. I'd be going out at 5, or we would switch, whatever. There was a point where I was getting ready for, it had to have been like my 5 o'clock shift. And I knew that you were already at work. And I was getting ready and I heard the front door open. So I'm on the second floor. I could hear the front door on the ground level open. And it was an old, old house. So it's creaky. You can hear everything. I heard Connor say, Scoop, hey, Scoop, I'm home. And I talked back and I was like, oh my gosh, you're home so early. Because I wouldn't go until 5. And usually the bartenders who go in at 10, like Connor would, wouldn't get off till like 6 or 7. So I was like, oh my gosh, you're home so early. No response. And I was like, how fucking weirdo. Maybe she's like going to the kitchen or whatever. Never coming up the stairs. And you can hear people coming up the stairs. Nothing happened. And so I go, well, that's weird. So I look down there. No one's down there. Door is closed. I look on because we can track each other on Life 360. She is still at work. Nobody came through the front door. That wasn't her. Nobody was home. It wasn't Morgan being an asshole. Being like, hey, Scoop. Nobody was home. And that happened to me once. And then I don't know if it was months or right after, but that happened to you also.
It happened to me.
Where you would,
yeah, sitting at my vanity, and then I heard a, hey, Scoop, what's up? And then I was like, oh, hey. And I was like, well, that's kind of weird. I was like, I didn't think she was going to be home yet. And then you just never came up the stairs. And I texted you right then. I was like, I just heard you come home, and you're not home.
I wish we could go back to those messages and try to find them, because there were a couple times where we would be like, oh my God, did you come home? Did you just leave or whatever? And so the mimicking thing has happened before. It's never happened since. And you've moved 2 separate places. I've moved 2 separate places since that house.
And we've never been, our beings, ourselves have never been together at that, like, like we were giggling together at your apartment. Like, it was always just been one or the other.
Yeah, yes, I see what you mean now. They were never talking to each other.
Yes.
They were only ever talking to one of us. It was only one person. But I want to say it was like my own brain replaying a situation, but then the walking happened into the room. And that freaked me out to where I was like, this is weird. And then you had a weird ass dream at the same time of people trying to get in. Mm-hmm. And so shit is weird. We're so sorry we're hijacking this episode. I was going to talk about Love Island. I was going to bitch about that whole show. But no, something's weird is happening. I don't know what it is. A part of me wants to start saging and just cleanse it. But I don't feel scared at this moment. So like, I wasn't scared. I was just like, that's fucking weird that happened. And I don't think anything else has really happened. Like, I don't get sleep paralysis. Like in that Walnut House where we heard the mimicking before, I used to have horrendous, like, I could not get myself up. I would be awake, but I couldn't move my body, and I would see things around my bed. And that's why I never slept in that room. Like, it was like, I can still see it in my head. Like, it freaks the fuck out of me. No.
For some reason, was talking about Lil Wayne last night.
My Lil Wayne?
Your Lil Wayne. I think I was telling someone about our dreams, and they were like, oh, well, I know someone that can come to your house and like can see shit and like do stuff. I was like, I don't think so. But I was telling him about Lil Wayne. I was like, I haven't seen him in a while. I was like, I used to only see him whenever I was super high. And Mac would see him all the time. Yeah.
So which that started happening. So we used to have like our family home in Missouri when we all used to live together.
Didn't that start happening at the lake house for you?
No. So this originally happened in the guest house in the Melbourne house. So in the Springfield house where like all of us have lived, all the siblings. And our parents had built a guest house for our older two siblings. And I don't know why I was sleeping over there, but I was over there alone. And I don't know why. I can't remember why I was over there, but I was in Morgan's room sleeping. And they had.
Ah, I'm sorry, I don't know why I did that.
Connor's camera is like zooming in and out. Like, that happened pretty aggressively.
That was so fast.
Should we stop talking about it?
Oh no. I hate that. I do not even want to look at the video recording of that.
Ew. Well, Lil Wayne's not scary. He's not.
No, he's not scary. He's just creeping around.
So, okay, so I'm over in this guest house and I'm asleep and I'm facing. So, the guest house had huge slider doors that opened up to a deck and a walkway over to the main house. And so I'm sleeping towards the sliding glass doors and I wake up and I see something crawling towards me and it's really skinny. It is completely blacked out. Like it's not transparent at all. And it has really long dreads. And the only way I can compare it is, or like give you a visual, is Lil Wayne. So that is his name.
That's what we've called him for like 10 years.
Yeah, like a decade. And so he got right in my face. Like I'm sitting, like I'm laying there and I'm seeing it happening. And I go,
I remember.
oh my God. Like, oh my, I'm watching it and he's getting closer and closer and he gets right up in my face. And I go, whoa. And he goes, whoa. And then just dissipates, like backs away and then goes out the door. And then I was like, that was fucking weird. And then it had to be like a couple months or a year later, we were at our lake house and we have a upstairs room that's full of bunk beds where we all sleep. And I was up there alone again. Or no, I had the babies were there. So Sloan and Hunter were on the top bunks and I was on the bottom bunks. And I saw Lil Wayne on the ladders of the bunk beds up on top looking at the babies and then looking at me and then just went away. And I never got scared. I just was always like, what are you doing? I'm breathing so heavily right now. I'm so sorry. I'm so worked up. But he wasn't weird to me. He wasn't scary, but it wasn't normal. But I haven't seen that thing in a long time.
I haven't seen him since the Walnut House. When we would get, Mac and I used to hotbox the downstairs bathroom. We did it a couple times.
It was
And
like, it was
like-
less than 5 times.
Yeah. we would sit in the bathtub like without they're like we would be clothed, obviously.
But we used to sit like back, like feet to feet and just like giggle.
Just giggle. I have videos of it. It's hilarious.
It's really funny.
But I remember we walked out of the bathroom at one point and like I just saw someone crawling along the floor by the front door. And it was Lil Wayne. Like I saw the dreads, I saw all of it. And I was like, huh, what's he doing walking around out there? Just slinking. He just slinks.
He's a slinker. Like he crawls. It's very animalistic.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. But it's not like a threatening presence. I was never scared of it. I just was like, oh my God, I know you're not supposed to be here, but like, why are you here?
Yeah. Who are you?
Who are you? But he's Lil Wayne, and I haven't seen him in years. But yeah, now we're gonna either lose a bunch of followers, lose a bunch of listeners, or we're gonna gain a shit ton. People are like, oh my God, they're fucking weird.
Honestly, we have a lot of these stories. But this
Yeah.
week has really ramped up, and it's kind of concerning.
But I don't know why it would be. Like there's nothing, as far as I'm concerned, there's nothing going on. Like within the atmosphere, the stars, whatever it may be. I just think that maybe they're like the veil has thinned a little bit.
Yeah, maybe.
Or maybe our astral beings just want to be together and they were just hanging out in my living room.
Maybe. We were both snoozing, like just
Yeah.
We just had to meet each other in between.
And at least they had a good time.
They were laughing.
They were
At
laughing.
least we know in every possible lifetime, every possible life experience in every realm, we are always laughing together.
We're always together and we're always laughing. And we're always having the best time.
Honestly, that's what more could you ask for?
I couldn't ask for anything. I am sorry for hijacking this and talking about our ghosties, but this is going to be a funny episode, I think. Hopefully you like it. If you hate it, let us know. We'll never talk about it again. We'll start a new one and we'll curate towards those listeners. Because we have a ton of ghosty, spooky experiences. And so do our dad. So does our mom.
Hmm.
I'm trying to think. Morgan has a couple. I don't think any of our friends really do, though.
No.
Like, we're the ones that talk about it the most, which, Mom, I know you're going to listen to this and you're going to go, oh my God, there goes the girls talking about ghosts again.
Oh, great. Here we go again.
Those weirdos. Oh, but I don't know. It's just our life experience.
I don't know. I just think Mac and I are so in tuned with each other. It's freaky that
Which, speaking of, this is so TMI. So, Dad, Uncle Scott, fast forward couple of seconds, but I started my period way earlier. Connor started her period later or way earlier too.
way earlier.
And so we've synced up now. We are nowhere near each other,
We're having the same dreams.
having the same dreams. We're having the same like body feelings of like, oh, I'm so exhausted, or oh, I'm starving, or my stomach hurts today. Oh, mine too. Like,
It's all very connected.
and there's really no reason for it. There
No.
really isn't, because we haven't seen each other. So I
No.
went home last week or 2 weeks ago and you didn't come home, so we didn't see each other then,
I know.
which was sad, but it's
I
fine.
know.
But I don't know. Things are weird. So if you know anybody that knows why, I would love to go to a psych. Oh, okay.
Paula,
We should talk about Paula. A couple years ago, Connor and I just like found ourselves at this
how much
psychic's
time do we
house.
have left?
We have a minute 45.
Okay.
But I'm just gonna say we found ourselves in a psychic's house. Like, we paid for it. Or what she told us was weird.
Yeah.
And what she said when we were leaving, like we were like 15 steps from our car, and she comes completely out of her house and she screams something at us. And I've never forgotten what she said. That's for next episode.
Drop a comment if you want to know what it
Do
is.
you want to know what Paula said? Pretty wild. But I like to do another psychic or have somebody on that can read us.
Yeah.
That would be fun. Or kind of maybe just explain why we see these things. Either it's you guys are super open to the paranormal, or you probably should go on medication. You guys are fucking nuts.
Mm, a little bit of both.
A little bit of both. But yeah, but now we're less than a minute off from the end of the episode. So,
Thanks for listening, guys. That's our story.
and you just got the very, very spooky scoop.
Scoop.
Spooky scoop. Hope you liked it. If you didn't, I don't want to hear it.
We don't care.
We don't care. But we love you so much, and we will talk to you next week.
Yeah, can't wait to chat with you then.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
We are weird.
We're so weird.